Hey Cam fam, welcome back and welcome to Keeping Up with Cam. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're a returning subby, thank you so much for coming back. So today we have our toddler boy hairstyle video, number 59. That's one away from 60, we're getting up there. So today we have a Halloween inspired hairstyle. So this is what we would do if we were going with like a hair themed Halloween costume. So we are doing our Dalano Banton inspired style. He is a Toronto Raptor, if you do not know, and we are from Toronto, so we figured it's only fitting to add him into our video. Alright, so to refresh this style, because we have product in it, but we didn't really do much with the hair since it's washed, I'm using our Cantu Care for Kids dry shampoo foam. I don't really use this often because I rather just wash the hair and like redo the style, but sometimes this comes in handy, as in this case. You don't need to rinse it out, you literally just wash it in. It kind of just takes away the product buildup and helps you refresh the style and use the hair again. So it worked. I didn't put a lot in, but it did its job. So now we're going to go in first and we're going to start by doing a part from ear to ear. We're going to just do that closer to the bottom. We are doing essentially like extra large or large jumbo, if you will, box braids. So we're going to keep the parts big. We're going to use our shine and jam. Listen, we are not having this conversation again, guys, until I get somewhere where I can get a good gel. This is what we're using for parting. So we put that onto the hair, and then we're going to add elastics to the bottom section and the top section just to make sure they're all out of the way, and just continue to hold that hair again taut so that we have the ability to see where we're parting and what it will look like once we release it and once we braid it, to make sure that the line is straight while you're braiding and after you braid. So I'm going in with my tail comb. It is the one with the extra space at the front. You can actually do this to like regular combs yourself if you want, but we do buy ours from the beauty supply. It is going to be linked in our description box if you want to get one for yourself. So now I'm splitting this back section into two, and I'm going to go in with this RedOne gel. We got this when we were on vacation in St. Lucia because it's all they had. I was using it for me. I did use it for him in one instance because I was giving him like a slick down ponytail, and it didn't damage his hair. So I'm trying this because I don't have enough shine and jam and I was not going to go to the store. So this really does keep the hair flat. I like the way that it like has a little more force, a little more definition to it than the shine and jam does, but again, it is more of an adult product, so I'm not using it that often. I'm then going to go in with our curl piece. This is the Just For Me line. This is the Defining Curl and Coil Cream. I'm going to put that just in this back area because the texture of his hair is a little bit thicker in the back, so I want to just like loosen it up a little bit while we're working. I'm going to use our Red by Kiss Detangler brush. This is also linked in the description box. Absolutely favoriteest brush in the whole entire world. Get one if you don't have one. I recommend it 1,025,000 times. So I'm going in, I'm going to brush that through, I'm going to comb it through, I'm going to brush it down, I'm going to comb it through, I'm going to do all of that stuff. I did originally do the 2, but I didn't like how big it was, so I went back and I did it in 3. Feel free to do 2 if you like, but I just preferred 3 for his head size. It worked better. So I go in, since I already have some of the product in for when I did it in 2, I didn't add any more right now, but make sure you add your product while you're parting. And now I'm going to go in, I'm going to make sure that everything is detangled, and I am just going to braid it down. In this instance, we are not doing any elastics. I did not put any on the root, and I did not put any on the ends. We usually do put them just because of like the texture of his hair. It helps to keep it from unraveling, and it helps to just keep it laying longer, but because we are doing the Dalano Banton inspired style, he doesn't use any elastic, so we said we're gonna stay authentic to how he gets his hair done. So make sure you are always brushing through, combing through, just getting that product worked into the hair, especially when we're doing a larger sized part, a larger sized braid. We want to make sure that everything is laying flat. It doesn't look lumpy, it doesn't look wonky, and the hair is actually going to stay in that style for a long amount of time, and we're not going to just have a style for like a day or two. So we're going to go through, we're just going to braid it down. I'm kind of skipping through them because I mean, we know what comes with braiding these. It's pretty easy. So now I'm going to go in for the second row. We are only going to have 3 rows in total. So the second row is going to come in. You're going to just make sure once you start parting on that, like on the perimeter of their hair, the section that you're making, like in comparison to the one before it, is a square. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough room that you know when you part this through, it is going to be a decent square size. It's not going to be a rectangle. It's not going to be like a weird shape. It's going to actually be that square. So keep that in mind when we're parting, and just go in, put the Shine and Jam roughly on that, you know, on that temporary line that you parted, and then you're going to go through with your tail comb and you're going to clean up the line, make it neat, make it look good. So these are square shaped, these are box braids, these are the regular ones, nothing fancy. So we're going through and we're just making good sized squares and or rectangular-ish squares. You just want to make sure that you have a good amount going through the base. I believe I had 5 here. If anything, you want to do the part on the perimeters first, so on the right and the left side, so you know that they're both the same size, and then the hair that you have left in the middle, you can feel free to divide that up evenly. So I'm starting with the second braid for some reason. I just thought it would be cooler. I don't know. So I'm going in again, no elastics at the root. You're just going to grab your 3 pieces. Make sure that it's overlapping in a way that the braid is just going in a downward position. It's like flushed down, so it makes the braid just stay in that direction. It's not going to stick up. To do the perimeter, I'm adding our extra virgin olive oil just a little bit to my hands, and I'm just working it in there before I put the product in. I'm now putting in that RedOne gel. I don't think it is available anywhere. I think it really is just in the Caribbean where I bought it. But yeah, it is a good gel for what I need it for at that time. So I am using the regular brush on this one. The regular Safety First brush that I use, as you can see right there, it's a little delicate. You know, it is a baby brush. And because this was a bigger section that I'm parting, I just needed a little more force in smoothing the hair down. I don't like to use an adult one. I don't ever really use the adult one, but it just was going to help in this situation a little bit more because we want to keep all that hair flat as possible so the style looks fresh and it doesn't look like it's coming out. So be very careful if you are using the adult ones. That's also why I put the olive oil. It just helps to keep the perimeter just a little bit more safe for the things that we're either putting on it or the tension that we're using with it while we're doing the hair. All right, to the front we go. So I did say 3 rows, which technically it kind of is, but we're breaking these into 2, so you could say 4 if you'd like. So I'm just going through, seeing where the middle of that front section is, and I'm just literally going straight through from the right to the left side, just making it an even part. You see there? So the back section will be a little bit bigger. We do want the front 2 braids to be a little bit smaller in size. It just allows it to keep that neatness a little bit more. So we're gonna have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and I'm gonna go in and add our 100% Indian hemp hair and scalp treatment. This is from Kuza. Love this stuff. It's really natural. It does have the flakes that you see in there, so you have to kind of be careful when you're adding it to the hair because it may leave that behind, but you can just pick that out if it does stick out. I do just see that his scalp was a little bit dry, so I was just going in to alleviate any like flakes or anything like that. So I'm gonna braid, and I'm gonna braid it flush down again. Make sure that it is flush. It is going downward. It's not sticking up. It's not lumpy or anything like that. And I'm braiding it to the middle, but to the back, if that makes sense. It's not gonna be like the direction if we're doing like pop smoke braids, you know how they go directly to the side. We don't want that. We want it still a little bit to the back, but to the side, but it's not like straight back. So it's not as straight if we're going straight backs, and it's not as to the side as if we're doing pop smoke. So it's in the middle. Very hard to explain. I don't know if it makes sense like it made in my head, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. So now we're going to go to the front and we're going to just part those two. We're going to line up the part in the middle there, make sure that it is one straight in the front and it also lines up to the two in the back, so we don't have this weird like mismatch type of line. So I'm going in with my brush again. I'm brushing all that out. As you can see, his hair in the front is definitely more of a 3C-ish than it is in the back, but like the front you can see is a lot curlier. Then you see the waviness. Like, it's a whole bunch of mixtures in his hair. It's a lot. So I'm going in again. I'm making sure that is flushed down. I am doing this one to the side as if we were doing a pop smoke braid. This is literally from the middle straight to the side, and it is going downward. And I'm just braiding it regularly. I'm making sure that I'm going through it smoothly. I'm brushing and combing as I need to. And then at the end, I'm just going to go and make sure I can braid it as close to the end that I can, because again, we're not putting elastics and we don't want it to unravel. With this 3C type texture that he has in this part of his hair, it is very, very hard to keep the hair from unraveling. It's all it wants to do. And there you have it, literally a dozen braids, super easy, super quick. We braided them down, no elastics at the front, no elastics at the end, and that's it. We have our Dalano Banton inspired jumbo single braids. They look great. Cam's loving them. It's super easy style. Nothing really much to it, but it does last, and it's a nice in-between style if you need something for a couple of days during the week or whatever. So I'm going in now with our Say My Name do-rags. These are available on our website. It'll be linked up here and in the description below if you need to check those out. I do not know how to tie a do-rag, don't get at me, but this is what we finished with, and these are the comparisons. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please thumbs up this video. Also leave us a comment, let us know how you liked it if you tried it out yourself. Subscribe if you have not already, and please share our videos with your family and friends and hit us up on Instagram. We love to hear from you guys. Bye.